Well, we are talking about how Jesus has been healing different people, and each story is different. And this story is about from a very young age, as a baby, the Lord healed. So, Drew, would you mind telling us the story about how Jesus healed you?
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. So, when a baby is born, the bones in their skull are not yet fused, and it actually doesn't happen until about 2 years of age. Well, my bones were already fused at birth, and at 3 months, they decided they needed to intervene with surgery. And that's a very delicate thing because they're breaking apart the bones in your head so that they don't cause pressure on your brain. And the surgery was not going well, and I was bleeding a lot, and it wasn't stopping. The electrolytes were absent from the platelets were absent from my blood, so the doctor said I lost 3 times my own blood volume sitting there on the table. And so it was a very dire situation. My parents prayed a lot, but there was one distinct moment where my dad just felt nudged to put his hand on me and just pray a very simple prayer. And he said, "God, please, make the platelets come back." And God answered his prayer, and here I am today. And so even though I can't remember that time, it's something that I can think back to, and it gives me a lot of strength.
That your parents definitely remember that time, how scary that must have been, and how the Holy Spirit nudges us to pray in such a way, and that the Lord answered that prayer. And so you were a little child, and so you're the product of God healing you at, you said 3 months?
Yes.
That gives you confidence that he can heal today, doesn't it?
It does.
So back, John Wesley, I don't know if you know the story of John Wesley. He was saved from a fire, and his mom says, "You have a purpose." Has your parents given you that lecture saying God's given you a purpose?
In many ways they have, but I know it to be true. Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you for coming in and sharing your testimony today. Jesus heals, and even though it was how many years ago?
21.
21 years ago, and you are serving the Lord and following him. And when Jesus touches our lives, we give him back our lives as a sacrifice of praise. And I'm so glad that you came and shared this story with us today. And those watching, I pray that you'd be encouraged. The Lord heals babies. The Lord heals older people. The Lord heals so many. And we are just giving testimony to what Jesus, our healer, has done. Thank you for watching, and thank you for listening.